You've always got to be a little bit nervous. I definitely feel a bit nervous. I'm very excited, but a bit nervous because these people are experts in their field. Of course, I think they're people who will definitely know a bit better.
You have to think on your feet, but that's all part of life, isn't it? So hopefully we'll cope with it and we'll deal with it.
Should people be free to choose the country in which they live?
I think broadly, to answer the question, yes, people should have the right to move freely. I've done sort of similar debating things before and I've done acting in the past, but never anything quite like this. But with any right comes responsibility and there comes restrictions.
Some choices are absolutely key to the way that you live your life.
I actually get to sit next to them and to push for discussion. It's fantastic.
Yes, there are issues with migration, but these issues can be taken into account with certain policies.
I thought the students were phenomenally impressive. These 20-year-olds having the confidence and assurity to talk to a big audience about such a disparate range of topics was amazing.
When you look at what's going on in the world today, the key issues, Brexit over here, Trump, the rise of the far right across Europe.
There were thoughts that you can't really even predict to think about what somebody else is going to say, completely new perspectives.
The discussion that we're having now at the moment is quite interesting because it shows how we disagree about so many of the fundamentals.
I thought it was a fantastic discussion. I think everybody it could have got a bit nasty at some points when we got onto Brexit.
I do believe actually there should be probably a second vote.
No, that's not the way that it works. You might not like the result, but the result has to be implemented.
I think this is where Remainers actually lose the argument, is that they focus far too much on economics.
But a lot of companies and businesses, Brexit has already happened.
As an individual living in this country, I should be given the right to vote on what we're going to do, and now that it's become clear.
And I think it was great having those different views and challenging people to think in different ways. And I thought that was therefore hugely beneficial. I wasn't tense at all about it getting out of hand.
Do you know how many people here actually could have voted? Can you put your hands up? How many could have voted in the referendum? Not many of you.
The front row and looked across, and the front row were all slightly older people, so our front row was unrepresentative. In fact, I think half of the front row put their hand up. I glanced behind and there was almost no one with their hand up whatsoever. And I think that drew out how we've got to think about the nature of the panel and how they will engage and understand the student perspective.
One thing I will say is check your emails, because that's how I found out about this. I was just looking through my emails, I saw PAIS question time opportunity.
I would definitely recommend it. If you get the chance to do it, absolutely. It's a chance to speak to experts, a chance to speak to people who have very individual opinions.
So make sure you know what you're going to say, be humorous, try and get the audience on your side. That's sort of what I'd give as advice.
It's what I'd sort of dreamed of and really wanted from university as an experience in general.